welcome to class, everyone. We're gonna talk about the aging myths. Now, what I see, and I'm gonna need to be brutally honest, is just lies on top of lies. And a lot of people. Let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. Okay. A lot of people say, oh, I'm getting old. That's why I can't do this. Like when I was young, I can't move like this. But when I was young, I could have. You're gonna understand me when you're gonna grow older. You cannot do things when you grow older. But let's be 100% honest. The same people saying this is the same people who just stop doing whatever it's exercise, whatever it's healthy habits, or didn't even start it. Like they didn't never ate healthy. They never did some exercise. They never did some healthy. They never had some healthy habits. That's the same people who say, oh, when you get old, your body starts like basically just destroying itself. Like, bro, to me that's a myth. Yes, you're gonna grow old, yes, and everything, but there's so many things and so many factors why, and most of them comes from, look, the environment and the habits. That's it. People say genes. No, genes is no reason why you're gonna be sick. Okay, let's be 100% honest. If you just eat a trash diet and everything and do nothing, just stay in your bed all day, then yes, your genes or whatever is gonna affect you and everything. But it's not about the genes. It's, you see people who are roommates, literally roommates, have the same sicknesses, have the same, or the same they're as healthy as each other. When they're roommates, they share the same environment, and most of the time they do the same habits. That's one of the reasons why I think genes is a myth. It's not, maybe not a myth. Yeah, maybe you have it in your genes and everything. Okay, right, but it's like saying people are basically saying I'm eating McDonald's, but the reason why I'm sick is because of my genes. So what we gotta understand is genes is not, shouldn't even be in your head. If you want to be healthy, it should be your environment plus your habits. Now, okay, there's so many factors. I might make a part two, but look, for example, anti-acid. Now, what are anti-acids? Anti-acids are basically what people take, I think, after, like, for like when their stomach burns or anything. I really don't know because I never took that, but it's for the stomach. For example, when they get a reflux in their stomach, which is like when the food goes up the stomach and it causes them, like, they're uncomfortable and everything. But what you gotta understand is the stomach is acidic, okay? But if the stomach is acidic, then why are you trying to make it not acid? Like, it doesn't make sense. If the stomach is acid, why are you trying to make it not acid? Now, what happens when you take antacids? Yeah, maybe once, like, you're gonna be okay, but when you take them consistently, bro, you're setting up yourself for failure because you're gonna lack the pH in your stomach. What does this pH does? What does this acid does? This acidic environment, or this acid environment, pretty much is how you kill bad bacteria. It's how you digest proteins with the bacteria. That's how you digest fats, sugar, and everything. But especially like protein, we're gonna focus on protein. What happens is there's a lack of protein because you're taking too much antacids. So you are not able to digest the protein and make it into like something I mean, amino acids and everything. But that's one of the reasons why a lot of people that are like older and everything, or even like younger people, they tell them, like, eat as much protein as you want. Like, bro, you don't need like 200 grams of protein. But these people are recommended to eat as much protein as they want. They can eat as much meat, they can eat as much whatever, like, high protein food. But that's the reason why, because these people cannot digest it. They cannot digest it. And what happens when you cannot digest protein? For example, loss of muscle mass, because your protein is not even gonna go to your muscle. So what you really gotta understand about aging is not you naturally going older that makes you sick. It's you constantly growing with self-destructive habits. Now, it's sad that a lot of people don't know, like they're taking antacids, they don't know like the side effects and everything. But really, bro, you gotta understand. I'm gonna talk about like other things too, but it's more about you. Like, if you're an adult watching this, really understand this, okay? Ask yourself this question: are you saying you have lost energy and you're lazy and you're you cannot do the same things as when you were young simply because you grow older? Or just look at your habits. Are you someone who's always maybe walking outside, going outside, getting the sun, eating healthy, not just snacking every hour and everything? Are you someone like this? If you're someone like this and apparently growing older is why you're feeling tired and everything, then bro, I don't know what to tell you. But if it's the opposite, then you know what to do, okay? Now, modern convenience. Modern convenience, by that I mean, we gotta understand, we just are way more comfortable than ever, bro. And we think it's like a blessing. Yes, it's a blessing, you save time and everything. And what I mean by modern convenience, it's all those man-made things that makes us life, quote unquote, easier. So, for example, this might be like a bold example or something, but in grocery stores, back in the days, you had to make your own food, you had to hunt your own foods and everything. But now you got grocery stores. You can even literally just make the grocery store ship it to you. So what happens? You just stay home in your bed or in your chair, do nothing, just watch TV. Now, what does that mean? Sedentary lifestyle. You just live a lifestyle where you're just not moving. The body's not made to just not move. Yes, you need to sleep, definitely, bro. But sleeping should be like rest, and you shouldn't be resting all day long. But the problem is modern convenience like TV and all those technology like phone and everything. There's another aspect about those things like addictions, because it makes us addict, and what happens is we just lay down in bed. We lay down in our we lay on our chair and do nothing. So I'm not gonna talk about like addiction of, because that's like a big aspect, but if someone just cut off technology, let's say for 1 month, you'll probably be way more active. Look at people in the blue zones. Now, what are the people in the blue zones? Blue zone is basically the sort of, I think, like 5 places or 7, I don't know, like that people live the longest. What happens there is people, yes, they have a good diet, yes, they have some good relationship, they have like some really like they're really like about like friendship and being positive, things like that. Like they help each other, they're positive, but they also lack modern convenience. Now I can go deep. I'm gonna go deep for a second, okay? When people lack modern convenience like TV, phones, and everything, what happens is they are left with more free time to be grateful, to be, to reflect on things, to talk to other people, which is very important. When we get on our phone and we just like let's say we go to Japan, Okinawa. What is Okinawa? It's an island on Japan that where people live the longest. They eat rice, they eat pork, they eat tofu, probably they eat a lot of sweet potatoes, they eat teas and everything. Now look, let's not talk about their diet, but if I went to Okinawa or any other blue zone where they don't have technology that much, or any tribes basically, and I give them technology, their health will decline. Not because of their diet, not because of anything, because they will stop doing all their sort of habits of talking to people, having good relationships with people, because they're gonna find comfort every time they're uncomfortable. They're gonna find comfort in their technology, which is maybe their phone, maybe their TV. We like a lot of people like to say as an excuse like, oh, I'm going older now, I cannot do anything and everything. But what do they do instead? They watch TV. They just watch TV. No, if you're someone who I sort of like sedentary lifestyle, just cut off. Just go on a dopamine detox, but I'm not going to talk about this. Just search up dopamine detox. I've made videos called monk mode. Now, if you go on a dopamine detox, you will be left with so much more free time because you're not going to be just distracted in this sort of hyper reality of being on your phone and just think about it. I know this is a bit about aging, but bro, just you being on your phone like this, are you're really like doing nothing but just letting your mind like you're just letting your mind like being possessed by that. I'd rather sleep 5 more hours than just do 5 hours of Instagram. But look, we gotta understand modern convenience is a big role in aging, okay? If people 100 years ago, they'll probably be more healthy, right? They'll probably be more healthy. Now, someone might throw in the argument of people have a way higher lifespan than before. But what you gotta understand is because they developed technology, so for example, drugs and everything, so the babies didn't die at a young age. That's what caused a low lifespan in back in the days. But some people back in the days lived up to be 100 easy. Now today, yes, also, but it's way more rare. Now I'm gonna keep talking about modern convenience because there's so many small things that yes, we have more free time and everything, but it makes us more lazy. It makes us more just do nothing. You're basically, you don't deserve what you get. Like modern convenience, for example, you just buy like a beef. I talk about this in my video called Meat is Not the Problem. You just buy beef. You buy beef for like $5, but you didn't even do anything for it. You didn't even do anything. Did you walk? Did you do anything? No. But you can have beef in front of you. In 100 years ago, or let's say 500 years ago, you would have to hunt that meat, or maybe you would have to work so you can get money, and hard physical work. Now we don't do that anymore. We don't deserve, like for example, the food, and we eat too much. Now that's gonna be for the too much energy input. But I was reading a book called The Longevity Paradox by Stephen Gundry, and he said that like people like him, for example, when he was young, he didn't have like all those things that could, like for example, when you gotta get rid of the snow in front of your house and everything, like you had to do it manually. You had to do it like with physical effort. You had to go walk to school. You had to go walk to go to the grocery. You had to go there. You got to do so many things physically. Yes, it takes up a lot of time. Yes, and everything. But since we stopped doing those things, technology advanced, and we got like all those machines that can do the things for us. We just stopped doing anything. Like we don't even wash our room anymore. Like we buy a robot so we can wash our room. You can be still like physically active, but it still makes you lazy. If you don't have if you're unconscious of it, you're gonna be lazy. If I completely like cut off all your tasks, all your habits and everything, you're gonna become lazy. You're not gonna be like, oh, I have so much free time, I can go for a run, I can work out, I can go for a walk, I can go outside, I can go play basketball. No, you're not gonna be like this. You're just gonna be basically just doing nothing, being on your phone and everything. Now, we really, like people that in the blue zones, they like modern convenience. Some people live in the mountains. You think they have like Wi-Fi and 5G and everything? No. Do you think they have people make their own food for hours? Like one of the other things, when you lack modern convenience, what happens is you're able to embrace boredom. Okay, you're able to embrace boredom. Now what does that mean? That means like you're used to doing nothing. You're used to doing nothing, so why not do something that is boring? That goes with the dopamine detox. When you're used to doing nothing, like for me, for example, a couple of months ago, I would never go for a walk and just go in nature. Now I go in nature and I actually like it because I have nothing to do, because I've stopped doing all those technology, being on my phone 24/7. I've stopped doing those things. That's why now I can. It's like I like modern convenience, so I do things like we did in the past. You know, people in the past were literally just hunting, like hunting maybe for 2 hours, and then talking with people. They were always sort of like expending energy, always moving, a nomad lifestyle, you can say. Now the third aspect will be too much energy input. Now what do I mean by that is we got way too much food that is available to us today, and it's a blessing because we don't get like famine and everything, but we gotta understand we still need times where we don't eat. Okay, we still in nature we are people who don't like in nature. You don't have just a refrigerator in a grocery store, bro. You don't have food available to you. You gotta work for food. You gotta walk for food. Now, what happens when you eat too much? You're just always putting energy into your body. You're always in a growth state. Growth plus and recession. We don't are never in a recession state. We're always in a growth state. So what happens is it boosts insulin growth factor. Now, insulin growth factor makes you age, basically just makes you more old. Okay, it makes for the people that even you're young or anything, it makes you sort of like grow way too quickly. That's why some people have puberty at like 8 years old now, like literally, because we're growing way too much. We think we gotta give too much food to the people. Yes, you need to put a good amount of food in your body, but you don't need that much. Like you need breaks. Like personally, I know like you don't have to agree, but I think our like sort of like natural rhythm is feast and fast. And for me that makes sense because you put energy and then you're in a growth state, and then you're gonna in recession state. So what happens is you grow steadily and you don't age too quickly. You don't just grow too quickly. Yes, a lot of people think you gotta grow taller, you gotta grow this and that. If you wanna grow taller and wanna grow too fast and have a beard at like 5 years old, then yes, eat too much food. Just eat as much as you can. People eat way too frequently, so it never gives their digestive system a break, but also never gives them a break for themselves to make something like autophagy and everything. So there's no rest. We're just never fasting. We're never. Yes, a lot of people might say like fasting is a new thing and everything, but we back in the days we had to fast not because we wanted to, but because there was no food available. Also, no exercise. What happens is we eat a lot like we're athletes, but we eat like we're athletes, like that just work 24/7. You don't need 5 meals a day, bro. Like when you don't exercise, what happens is your muscle don't need more energy, don't need more sugar. So insulin, what happens is insulin is gonna be more secreted by your pancreas, so it can open up the sort of cells so your muscle can have energy. But what happens is it doesn't happen because your muscle don't need energy. So if your muscle don't need energy, then why would it accept sugar or proteins? Why would it accept sugar? Now what happens is it's just gonna be the sugar that is available for the muscle is just gonna be stored into fat. It's just gonna be stored into fat. That's why a lot of people, yeah, they might have the same composition, but they're losing muscle, but they have a lot of fats. They have the same composition as when they were young, but they're just storing fat, less muscle, because your muscle is not hungry. If you work out, then you're gonna be hungry because your muscle's gonna need energy, right? And no, I'm not a proponent of like, oh, exercise, do intense exercise if you want to be healthy. I think like just walking, bro, walking, yoga, things like this, like, and you're gonna be good. Like, you just gotta not be in a sedentary sort of like state. If you walk every day, bro, you're good. But if you're spending more time just laying down, then I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like you are basically like it's a self-destructive habit. So really, bro, don't think you're gonna age too quickly. Don't think aging is gonna make your body like lose muscle. I was someone who was scared. I was like, man, I don't want to be old because I'm gonna not be as strong. I'm not gonna be able to run. I'm not gonna be able to play basketball and be as good. But what I realized is I saw like people like some people on the internet, I think like John was and everything, they still have a lot of energy even though they're 60, 70. They have a lot of energy. They're 50 years old. Just look up That's Good Money. There is people who are literally like 50 years old or something, 60, and they still do those workouts because they are consistent. They didn't just stop and and really just make their body basically grow, basically just die. Like we gotta understand, it's not our faith. Like we can't just like age. Like we aging is just, to me it's a myth. To me it's a myth. So that's it for the video. Hope y'all liked it. Comment, share, subscribe, and like I'm out. Peace.